Previously, Princess Lewellyn dreamt of the night when her stigma got activated for the first time in the middle of the banquet hall, where Duke Almondite followed her to the glass house and engaged in a beautiful physical relationship with her to mitigate the power of the stigma. Moreover, in this process, the Duke became the man to take her first time that night. So, let's dive into the chapters 25 and 26 of the manhwa, The Secret Bedroom of the Forsaken Princess. As Commander Tristan and Princess Lewellyn are in the garden, the commander surprisingly asks if he has the permission, then can he give a gift to her. And, as he reveals that it is a baby bird, the princess gets baffled at noting the word bird. Further, wonders why he abruptly decided to present her with a bird as a gift. So, she inquires why he is giving her a baby bird. To this, he reminds her that does not she mentioned her fondness for animals earlier. Hearing this, she blushes heavily, reflecting that just because she is fond of them, he is gifting her a baby bird. Plus, with a clear voice, she calls his name and directly questions whether the commander is in love with her. And, as she waits in flustered shyness for his answer, the commander responds with a face full of a disgusting expression. Seeing his face, she ponders why she even asked this to him. The princess then swiftly apologizes to him for her rude words. However, still making a feverish face, he replies that she does not have to apologize. With this, the surrounding area fills with silence for a bit. Breaking the ice, the commander states that he has something to do, so he will change the guard for her for a while. And he takes his leave. Dear viewers, apologies for the interruption. If you're genuinely enjoying the content on this channel, please consider hitting the subscribe icon with all notifications, since this little support of yours will help this creator continue delivering high-quality work to brighten your day. And take a moment at the end of the video to leave a comment, sharing your thoughts on the content. Your feedback means a lot. Now, let's not take up too much of your time and jump back into the story. Noting his behavior, she shockingly reflects on whether it offended him to the point where he needed a break from escorting her. By placing her hands on the side pillars, the princess questions if she has become more friendly with the commander despite her intention to put some distance between them. Besides, she criticizes herself for asking that type of question to him. Moreover, while she is embarrassingly fighting with her inner self, her gazes grab the attention of someone's voice, none other than the commander, who returns back by hiding his hands behind his back. Witnessing his quick comeback, she visibly gets perplexed. As he starts approaching silently towards her, a tweet sound of a bird is heard by the princess, and she actually imagines one on her head. Eventually, the commander forwards a cage containing an elegant baby bird in it, and, when he states that it is a bird, she annoyingly replies if the commander assumes that she is stupid to not even know that this is a bird. Further, by leaning towards the cage, she questions whether is this a falcon baby, to which he answers that a falcon does not resemble this, since this is the baby of a horse. The Jackart people called them a bird, but according to the legend, they are the descendants of the golden raven. Plus, it has a fierce character, so it is challenging to tame. Listening to his words, she contemplates that without him telling her, she can already sense its temper, just like someone. However, the princess doubts why he thinks she can tame a fierce bird even when the strong Jackart find it hard to tame. To this, the commander assures that he will assist her in taming this baby horse because he already tamed one before. By radiating a bright light, he articulately starts stating its characteristics like, despite their belligerent nature, they are intelligent and comes in handy to deliver letters. And on top of all this, horse babies are rare and precious in the Jackart tribe. Further, he discloses that this baby bird was hatched from its egg in the embrace of its dead mother, and until the end, the other could not survive, except for this one fellow. The princess becomes visibly sad and shows sympathy for this baby horse. Yet, she reminds him that he said it is an invaluable bird, so is it all right for him to give this to her? The commander responds that he is giving only because she is fond of animals. That is all. At hearing the same dialogue, she wonders that the commander does not realize how strange it is to give someone an animal just because they said they like them. Witnessing the happiness of the baby horse, the princess reflects that it is true that she used to raise a lot of animals. Still, her precious animals that she used to take care of were all killed by her late father. However, she can pet them again because the father she hated has already passed away. She then inquires the commander about how long they live, to which he answers that it could live for at least 50 years. At knowing this, she extends her finger towards it and wonders if it is still a baby. Then would not it stay by her side for a long time? Plus, because of it, she will not be lonely at the monastery. Eventually, with blushed face, she expresses that she will thankfully accept the gift, and adds that she will raise it properly. But by glancing in the direction of the commander, the princess orders that he has to help her in this matter by any means. However, when he gazes towards her in emotionless demeanor, her cheeks get red, and by slumping down, she mutters to herself that unlike before, why is she afraid of asking for help? Furthermore, her continuous tapping on the cage steals the attention of the baby horse. who approaches towards her finger and cutely crashes his beak with her nail. Seeing this, the princess gets visibly animated, though, when raise her hand towards the commander, asking if he see the baby Horus's reaction. She gets chilled at noticing his barbarous expression and ponders why does he looks like that. And, by again lowering her eyes towards the baby Horus, she mutters that maybe she should not bother it like that. The surrounding once again becomes silent because the commander's direct gaze upon her makes her feel pressed. Yet, contrary to this, the commander's face is also red due to blush, who shockingly expresses that he will help her even if she not asked him. His confession brings a gentle smile to the princess's face. Moreover, he abruptly gives her an ointment, and pleads her not to forget to apply it on her wound. To this, the princess nods and accepts the ointment. After a brief moment of silence, a strong breeze grabs the attention of both of them. Sensing the speed of the air, the baby Horus flaps its cute wings in the air. Besides, the princess also gets lively at witnessing the baby bird's unsuccessful attempt, which also goes for the commander, who becomes animated by seeing the princess's state. From here, the scene lands on the same night, where the Princess Lewellyn is standing in front of the mirror, with the surrounding occupied by several dresses and cosmetic items. And she is wearing the same used dress which was rudely given to her by Queen Pamela. She asks her maid Rosalie to tighten the waist a bit more, since it is too big for her. By wearing a necklace, she reflects that although she stopped using accessories, she still has to dress up for the honor of the guard knights who will be escorting her tonight, because it would be bad for the knights to escort a shabby princess to King Bastion's banquet. At last, she gets ready and starts her steps outside her room. Outside, Knight Paulo is already standing, waiting for her. Upon glancing, he gets mesmerized by the elegant beauty of the princess in her pink dress. Witnessing his reaction, she swiftly inquires if something is on her face. To this, Knight Paulo replies that there is nothing. The princess then asks about the whereabouts of Commander Tristan. In response, he answers that the commander went to investigate a case in the capital. Further, by making a clown face, Knight Paulo questions that is he not enough for the princess. Noting his words, the princess holds Knight Paulo's arm by crossing hers against his, but on observing her ignore, he wonders what bland response this is. Besides, Knight Paulo's gaze falls on the wound on her face which is covered by cosmetic. Considering his past memory, where just because of their identity as the Jacquard people, ever since they were admitted, they had to endure all sorts of severe oppression. And he and his fellow knights only know how the royal family used to mock on the princess. On top of that, they just knew that but cannot do anything to stand in her favor. Moreover, all the hostility the other knights had towards the princess faded away because they just understand her. Furthermore, Knight Paulo adds that he always thought that she had an extremely prickly personality. Yet, it turns out that her circumstances forced her to behave this way. And what a strange princess she is, because despite she is arrogant with her maids, she never punished them. Nevertheless, Knight Paulo actually mumbles some of his statements, which is completely heard by the princess. In addition, when she glances at him, Knight Paulo starts to tremble heavily with a lot of sweat, pleading her to forgive him. However, the princess shifts her gaze from him in another direction, leaving him in dilemma whether she is going to report this matter to the commander. But his eyes take notice of the same ornament that caused the scar on her face, and, by gritting his teeth, he reflects why she's still wearing the same dress ordered by Queen Pamela even after that humiliation. By halting his inner anger, he concludes that the princess has really lost the will to protect herself and will let anyone abuse her. On top of which, is Commander Tristan even aware of these humiliations of Princess Lewellyn? As Knight Paulo escorts the princess to the banquet hall, which is already lively with delicious foods and professional performers. On arriving, the princess swiftly meets her brother King Bastion, who joyfully greets her with a smile. She lowers her gaze and gloomily pleads him to forgive her for coming empty-handed. To this, the king gently brushes off her words, stating that her presence at his banquet is solely enough for him. Their cute sibling chat continues, accompanied by a sweet melody in the background. But it does not last for a longer time, because a party pooper interferes them by stating that does the princess again arrive without preparing a birthday gift, and she is none other than Queen Pamela. As we wrap up today's segment, thank you for being with us until the very end. I'll be sharing fresh videos of this manga and exciting new series every weekend. Your support is invaluable, so please subscribe and hit the notification bell to stay updated. Your encouragement keeps the channel thriving, and I appreciate it immensely. Until next time, take care and goodbye.